welcome to today's class on AutoCAD Electrical. Today our topic is creating circuits for the luminaries. We're working on sample circuit with electrical components, grouping luminaries and fans to subsection. That's what we are going to be doing for our module 5. Okay, we'll go to our AutoCAD environment where our design will take place. Here is our design work. And our last class we prepared a luminary and fan plan for a 4-bedroom apartment. Now we are going to create subcircuit for this design. Okay, we have here luminaries and fan layout. So we have different components here, and we're going to group those electrical components into subsections. We'll be using letters and alphabets to do that. Alphabets and numbers. I mean. Okay, to start with, we have our security light points across the building. We have about 16 security light points across the building. So we're calling those ones L1, that lighting one. So these are the 5 lighting, we call them L1. So we have about 16 points across the board, so we'll give them L1. So let's say we have named it L1. I'll copy CO, enter. I'll copy L1, I paste at all points of the. We will have the security lights across the building, we'll paste it around. So we paste it across the 16 points. Now if we place it across the 16 points, we have it across 16 points. So let's assume 16 points of our electric components, 16 points of the luminaries here for the security points, and each of them is using a 20-watt lighting. If each is using a 20-watt lighting, so it will become 20 times 16. We're having about 320 watts. So we have about 320 watts. So if, for instance, you're using a lighting bulb for the security lights of about 50 watts, using about 50 watts, will be having something close to 1 kilowatt. So if you are having a maximum of 1 kilowatt, you can see here we have L1, the load here, we have 2 kilowatt load, and the MCB rating we have 10 ampere. This implies that the load that we are using here for this particular building, total point here is about 2 kilowatts. So that means maybe we are using up to 100 watts electric point here. The bulbs we are using here up to 100 watts, so we are calculating up to 2 kilowatts. Now selecting our MCB, that is the miniature circuit breaker, for each of these, 2 kilowatts divided by the supply voltage. We're using about 220 supply voltage. 2000 divided by 220 will be having close to 8 point something ampere. So having anything less than 10 ampere, we're using a 10 ampere miniature circuit breaker. This implies that the rating there is greater than 5 and less than 10. That's why we're using L1, 2 kilowatts and 10 ampere miniature circuit breaker. Okay, going back there, we also grouping the subcircuit for every other thing we have there. So we start with L2, start with the living room. For the L2 we have the grouping this, the lightings, fan, and the terrace here. So If we group L2 out, finally after grouping L2, we have L2. The load, maximum load is 1 kilowatt and the MCB rating is 5 ampere. This implies that the total load for the L2 subset is not more than 1 kilowatt. Hence, the circuit breaker which should be assigned to it is a 5 ampere circuit breaker. So that's what we do for all the components in the luminary and fan layout. And at the end of the day, we'll have this. L1 has been assigned, L2 for these, we have L2. These are the components for the L2. We are assigned down to this point. We have our L3. L3 are these. We have them assigned down to this point here. We have our L4, L5, L6. We have LA1 for the ceiling chandelier. This means that the ceiling chandelier we have here is going to its own, it's on a circuit on its own, and it's going to the circuit breaker directly. And we have other components there that have been assigned to their different subsections. Okay, looking at this implies that L1 has a total maximum of 2 kilowatt, and we have it's connected to the miniature circuit breaker, a 10 ampere circuit breaker. L2 has a maximum assumed maximum load of 1 kilowatt, and we are assigning a 5 ampere circuit breaker. Down to L7, we have about 0.8 kilowatt, that is 800 watts. And we're also assigning a 5 ampere kilowatt. Now, this is a complete luminary and fan plan with the sub-circuit. So, scroll down and see how it is. That's a sub-circuit from L1 to L7. That's how we group all the components together to form sub-circuit. The purpose of forming sub-circuit is that it will make our work more comprehensive. It will help us to understand the different circuits where each component lies. Moreover, during maintenance, it will help us to maintain a particular part of the building without affecting other parts of the building. For example, we have our master bedroom, which is comprised of the L7 subcircuit. If we have a fault on the master bedroom, we go to the circuit breaker and pull out those connected to L7 only. Hence, L1 to X6, all the components will be working fine. They will maintain just the L7. After that, you can put on those connected to L7. That is the significance of using subcircuit, creating subcircuit. Thank you for joining us today. We are coming to the end of today's class. I hope from this design you should be able to create a power layout and also create subcircuit for the component in the luminary layout, and be able to create subcircuit for the component in the luminary. Thank you for joining us. See you in our next class.